morning. You learn on Sunday morning, right?
I think it was Thursday afternoon.
So you have a lot of better things to do, don't you?
Yeah, I did, but I thought because at the time I was thinking of going to going to Emek. Today's.
One second, Lee, could you go out with weekly, okay?
Okay, we're rolling.
Okay, yeah.
Anytime.
I was working with Rabbi Van weekly, and I know I did have a lot of other stuff to do, but Rabbi Van was really interesting the first time I met him, and also because I was thinking of going to Emek after I finished with VBS, and Emek is a bit more like with Gemara and stuff like that, so that's how I wanted to learn with Rabbi Van.
Okay, start out, so tell me what you learn with Rabbi Van. Start out with a sentence. I learn whatever you learned with Rabbi Van.
Okay, I learned with Rabbi Van mostly just he read with me like stuff about the Torah, and then we went into like the Haftorah. One of the main things we worked on was like when to say the Shema and how to say it, and stuff like that.
When do you say the Shema?
In the night and in the morning.
Do you like saying the Shema?
What? Yeah, I say it every night.
You say, tell me, I say the Shema every night.
And morning. What? I say the Shema every night.
Why?
I don't know, because I know one time when I was in 4th or 3rd grade, I was just thinking about Judaism. I was in the night, and then I thought, well, if I'm thinking so much about Judaism, I might as well just read the Shema. So I went downstairs, got a prayer book, and started reading the Shema.
And what does it do for you? Who when you read the Shema?
What do you mean by that? Like?
Open the door for them.
Okay, it'll take a minute. Let me ask you. So Rabbi Van.
Leaving.
One second.
Peace with Judaism.
Yeah, it makes me feel at peace with.
Don't worry, I'm going to get good things from him. We'll keep rolling.
We're still rolling tape.
Oh.
Don't worry. Okay, what did I want to ask you? So, who are you talking to when you say the Shema? Who are you
I just
talking
think about God. I just talk to God and I think about God.
What kind of things do you talk to God about?
Well, I say the Shema, and then I'll say, thank you, and I'll pray to God. I won't pray for something directly, but I'll pray to God. I'll say please let me have the responsibility to study to get an A on the test, not just let me get an A on the test.
Why do you do it that way?
Well, because it's sort of unfair, and also Rabbi Feinstein just was talking about that and stuff. But also it's not fair because let's say I didn't study, and then I prayed to God, oh, I don't know, please let me get an A,
right.
And I didn't study. It would be unfair to myself and unfair to other kids in my class.
What did Rabbi Van teach you about the Shema?
He taught me when to say it, and he taught me about when Beit Hillel and Beit Shammai were discussing it, were arguing.
Start again and say, I learned with Rabbi Van, and then tell me about Beit Hillel and Beit Shammai.
Okay. I learned with Rabbi Van about Beit Hillel and Beit Shammai, with them how they were arguing over when to say the Shema and how to say it. Turns out that Rabbi Hillel, when most of the time it was you when you woke up in the morning, you could say it any time as long as it was before noon, I think, something like that, or 11 or 10 o'clock, something, and you didn't have to say it lying down. You could say it up, and when you went to bed, you could say it. And when you went to bed, you could say it as long as it was before midnight.
What are all these details about? It doesn't seem like so many details about the Shema. What does it show you about the Shema?
It shows me that I'm just thinking that when God gave us the Torah, He didn't want it to make it so easy that we just had to do anything. He wanted us to just think about it. So.
So what do the details show you about the Shema? If you had to convince me, like I said, oh, so many details. What do you need so many details for about the Shema? Say it lying down, say it sitting up. What's the difference? How would you explain it to me?
I'd explain. I'd say, well, okay, let's say I said, on Sunday you have to eat bread. Well, you would know, does that mean I have to say it before 12 o'clock? Does that mean I have to eat rye bread? Does that mean I have to put mustard on it?
Okay.
That's why God gave us details, just to make it more clear. Even though it did make it.
Does it show anything else? What kinds of things would have very lots of details?
Okay, what do you mean by that? It's
Does
what?
it make it more important or less important if it has details?
I think it'd make it more important because then people would pay more attention to it.
Okay, so then maybe you could say that in a sentence. I learned a lot of, I don't want to feed it to you, but something like this. I learned a lot of details with Rabbi Van, and that shows me that the Shema is very important. Can you say that in your own words?
So I learned a lot of details about the Shema with Rabbi Van, and like it makes it really important. My head is can't think of anything.
Okay, it's hard to say it in a, okay.
Different way.
Something else. What else did you learn with Rabbi Van? And why is it important to learn Torah weekly? Maybe you could answer that. Why is it important to learn Torah weekly? Let's say you're talking to one of your buddies.
Okay.
Trying to convince him. What would you say?
Well, it's important to learn Torah weekly. It's a pretty hard question, because it's just like, just you have to, but you have to, it's important to learn Torah weekly, because just like.
At this point, so now look at me. I'm a friend from school.
Okay.
You're convincing me that I should learn Torah weekly. And say it in a sentence. You should learn Torah weekly because. Maybe
Okay.
it's a hard
I just have
question.
to think about that
Okay,
first.
think about it.
Okay. You should learn Torah weekly because like God said to do it, and so God said to do it, and also it's important if you're Jewish. It's important to do it because then you know like lots about stuff about being Jewish.
I don't care about that. I want to play. I have my favorite program. I don't want to miss any of my great television programs.
But you can record it.
Record it. But why? What do I get out of learning Torah weekly?
Oh, you get just a good feeling inside about feeling spiritual and stuff like that.
Could you tell me that again? I didn't hear it.
You get.
Look at me and tell me.
You get a good feeling inside, and you get more spiritually connected with God.
Okay, that's good. I like that. I like
Okay.
that. Okay, let me think. There's no way. Are you going to send your children to a Jewish day school?
Definitely.
Okay. Tell me, I'm going to send my children to a Jewish day school.
I'm going to send my children to a Jewish day school.
Why are you going to send your children to a Jewish day school?
Because I think it's important for them to learn how to learn being Jewish.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to say it again. Look straight at me and tell me, I'm going to send my children to a Jewish day school because whatever you're going to say, and if you could zoom in then, okay? Okay, ready? Tell me.
I think it's important to send my children to a Jewish day school because it gets them more spiritually connected with God, and I want them, and I want the Jewish tradition to go along with my family, my grandkids and my great-grandchildren.
Do you think learning Torah weekly is going to help your bar mitzvah be more meaningful?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, so
Tell me in a sentence.
I think that.
First tell me, are you bar mitzvah yet?
No.
No, okay, so you can say I'm going to be bar mitzvah. When are you going to be bar mitzvah?
January 2000.
Okay.
January
I'm
8th.
going to be bar mitzvah in 2 years, is it? Or in a year?
No, I guess so.
And then answer the question, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to be bar mitzvah in a year, and I think that learning weekly, I think learning weekly Torah is really important because it make me understand what I'm going to say, not just like Baruch Atah blah de blah. So, but I'd actually know what I'm going to say.
Okay.
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 Okay. Rafi?
Wait. Are you thinking of going to a yeshiva high school, an Orthodox high school, or you don't think?
Yeah, I think I am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
Eula.
that's what I'd like you to say. You're going to Eula?
Probably.
Okay. So if you could say, I'm going to go to an Orthodox high school, and then tell me why.
I'm going to go to an Orthodox high school, probably Eula, because I want to keep my Jewish tradition. I want to learn more about Judaism as I go, and I don't want to just stop it at junior high or.
Are your friends going to go to Eula?
No, probably not.
So tell
No.
me, my friends aren't going to go to Eula.
My friends aren't going to go to Eula.
Will you be lonely?
What? No, I'll probably make friends.
You'll be okay.
Please God.
Okay,
Yeah.
So tell me that again. Even though my friends aren't going to be going to an Orthodox high school, I'm going to go, and I'm sure I won't be lonely. I'm going to make
Okay.
friends.
Even though my friends aren't going to go to an Orthodox high school, I'm sure I won't be lonely.
Are you going to make friends?
What? Oh yeah, definitely.
You'll make
Yeah,
friends.
I'm going to make friends.
You'll be okay.
I'll be okay.
And what if you're not okay? What if you're lonely? How could you encourage yourself?
Just pray to. I could encourage
Something
myself
simple
by pray to God.
You'll
Praying
pray
to God, yeah.
If you're lonely. Is
I'm
it
not.
worth being lonely? Is it worth the sacrifice?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, it is worth the sacrifice.
Could you tell me in a sentence? It's worth the
Okay,
sacrifice.
it's worth the sacrifice because. Okay, it's worth the sacrifice because then instead of just stopping it and going to Harvard Westlake or something like that, I could actually just. Well, the main reason I'm doing it just to like so I can continue my Jewish education. I mean, it's a sacrifice, but I'm sure I'll keep in touch with my other friends.
But is it worth the sacrifice?
But yes, it's worth the sacrifice.
Okay, wait again. Maybe you can zoom in
Brooke?
on it.
Yeah, we were zoomed in basically at that
You can't-
point, so.
This is zoomed in? Okay, when he says it's worth the sacrifice, maybe we could zoom in.
let's do it again.
Okay, is it worth the sacrifice?
But yes, it's worth the sacrifice, and it's also not such a sacrifice because I know my friends' phone numbers and their addresses, so I could still keep in touch.
You're a brave little guy.
Thanks.
Do you think you're brave?
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess you're brave, okay. But maybe tell me again in one sentence, I think it's worth the sacrifice.
I think it's worth the sacrifice.
Okay. Okay, I think that's good.
Yeah.
Stand by, hold on, let me get speed and, okay.
So you learned Chumash? Who's your Chumash teacher?
Rabbi Novosielsky.
Did you learn Chumash in the other school that you were at? I mean, you went to Valley Beth Shalom?
Yeah.
Did you learn Chumash?
No.
No, okay. So tell me, I'm going to ask you the question again. Did you just start, you started learning Chumash last year?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, 2 years ago.
2 years ago, okay. So tell me, in the other school you went to, did you learn Chumash? Tell me in a full sentence.
Did I learn Chumash? No, I didn't learn Chumash.
So if you could tell me in a full sentence, I just started learning Chumash.
Okay.
What was the first Chumash you learned?
The first Chumash I learned was Bereshis.
What did you learn? The first pasuk, Bereshis bara Elokim?
No.
What did you learn?
We started when Abraham, when I don't really remember.
When he left, Lech Lecha, is that what you learned first?
Yeah, Lech Lecha.
So tell me about it. I never learned Chumash before. I'm not interested in learning Chumash. Could you describe it to me?
Chumash?
Yeah. Tell me what you learned about Abraham.
When he went to sacrifice Yitzchak, and then Amalek told him not to, and then he didn't.
Why did Amalek tell him not to?
Because it was just a test.
It was just a test. Why would Hashem give him a test?
Because he wanted to see, he wanted to test. He wanted to see what he would do.
What he would do? A test's good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Sometimes? Okay. So, how could you be like Abraham? Tell me in a full sentence.
I don't know.
Do you ever have tests?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of tests do you have?
What do you mean?
Like with friends. Are friends ever, like, not nice? And the test
Yeah.
is,
Yeah,
that Hashem's kind of testing you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of tests would a boy have?
Like, somebody was disagreeing in a rule in a game, or somebody accidentally pushed him and the other guy got angry.
Yeah. So
Something like
that. What's the test?
If he would, like, get all mad and upset or not.
So how could you be like Abraham in that situation?
I could not get angry.
So does Torah teach you not to get angry?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, tell me that in a sentence. In a full sentence.
Torah teaches us not to get angry.
Yeah, is that a good thing, you think?
Yeah.
How come?
Because then people won't, like, be yelling at each other all the time.
Hold on 1 second. Do you hear that in the background, the bouncing, the ping pong? Tell me what you
Sometimes.
know about Shabbos. What do you know about Shabbos now?
I know that you're not...
Full sentence, because they don't
What-
know the film is rolling.
Okay, we're rolling.
What I learned about Shabbos is that you're not allowed to do muksa, and you're not allowed to do muksa.
Is Shabbos fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why is Shabbos fun?
Because you get to spend time...
Shabbos is fun.
Shabbos is fun because...
Say it again.
Shabbos is fun because you get to spend time with your friends that are at shul that don't go to your school.
You don't sound happy. Is it really fun?
It is.
It is fun? Yeah, what's fun? You can't watch TV. You can't do anything.
No. But you got to spend time with your friends that don't go to your school and that are away from you a lot, and they go to your shul.
Do you go to shul on Shabbos?
Yeah.
Yeah? Tell me about shul on Shabbos.
We daven, and then we go on Shabbos. We daven, and then we go to junior congregation in shul, and then we have kiddush, and then we go home, and we have another kiddush.
Do you talk to God when you daven?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you say to God?
We
You personally.
we ask him for stuff.
ask God for stuff, and we ask Him to forgive us for anything we done, and that.
Do you think He's forgiven you?
Yeah.
I think so too. Okay, let's see. Do you learn? Maybe you have to go out.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it.
They do
Now I'm
learn.
not gonna make it.
Okay. Do you know what Lashon Hara is?
Yeah.
Tell me in a sentence. What is it?
When you embarrass somebody by talking about them, or if you just talk about them but you don't know if it's embarrassing them. That's what Lashon Hara is.
Is it a good thing to not speak Lashon Hara?
Yeah.
Yeah? So you think God knew what He was doing?
What?
This law is a good law?
Yeah.
Is this something you learned in school before? Did you ever learn about Lashon Hara before going to a Torah school?
No.
Tell me the full sentence.
I never learned about not speaking Lashon Hara in a Torah school.
Are you tell me it again. Just say, I never learned about Lashon Hara before.
I never learned about Lashon Hara before.
Are you glad that you learned about it now?
Yeah.
Do you think it makes the world a better place?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you think it makes the world a better place?
Because then people won't get embarrassed, and
Loud.
because then people won't get embarrassed and get mad at you. And then if they get mad at you, then it's not good.
It's not a good thing. You don't like people to get mad at you. Okay. Does the Torah teach you to be nicer to your friends?
Yeah.
Tell me in a full sentence.
Torah teaches me to be nicer to my friends.
Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you learn that before in a not Torah school?
I didn't learn that the Torah taught me that, but I learned not to do it.
Where do you learn a lesson about being nice?
When I don't know.
Give me an example in the Torah where someone's nice. Can you think of one?
Someone's nice. When Miriam watched Moshe when he was in the river.
Okay, any other example?
And I don't know.
Okay, let me think. Are you proud to be Jewish?
Yeah.
Tell me this in a full sentence.
I'm proud to be Jewish.
Are you glad you're in a Torah school?
Yeah.
Tell me in a full sentence.
I'm proud to be in a Torah school.
Yeah. Would you want your children to go to a Torah school?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
Because
Tell me in a full sentence.
because I want them to learn Torah and help bring Mashiach.
And help bring Mashiach?
Yeah.
Okay, that was good. Let me think. Okay, if you have a message, you're talking to all your friends who are not in a Torah school, what would you tell them? Tell me loud and strong. You're talking to a whole crowd now.
That what I learned in a Torah school and stuff like that.
Say like, when I talk to my friends, so again, we know what you're talking about, that, oh yeah, he's talking about his friends about his experience.
When I talk to my friends, I don't know.
Okay.
She'll ask
That's
the
okay,
question
yeah.
again.
And I think he might get nervous with two adults. So even if it's flubbed up, it's okay. It's totally okay if he flubs. Doesn't matter. I want you to pretend that I'm one of your friends and tell me, why should I go to a Jewish school? Okay? Just tell me, you should go to a Jewish school because.
You should go to a Jewish school because if you don't go to a Jewish school, then you only learn like the English subjects. But in a Torah school, you can learn Torah and the English subjects.
So much to learn.
But it's better for you.
Tell me, it's hard, but.
It's hard, but it's better for you.
Why is it better for me?
Because you learned about. It's better for you because you learned about your past and stuff.
Why is it good to learn about your past?
So you know what happened, and.
Tell me, it's good to learn about your past.
It's good to learn about your past because so you know what happened and you know how to be a better Jew.
That's terrific. Maybe you'll say that again and you could zoom in. Tell me it's good to learn about your past. That whole sentence was terrific. I could write a book with that sentence. That was a good sentence, okay?
It's good to learn about your past because it teaches the past. It helps you to be a better Jew.
Okay, maybe we'll say the sentence again, okay? Now you know those take one, take two. You ever saw that? You never saw when they make a movie? They go take one,
Oh yeah.
take two. They take 100 takes. We're gonna do another take. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Take one. Go ahead.
it's better. What was the
It's
question?
good to learn about
Oh,
my
yeah.
past. You're telling me I don't want to learn about my past. You're telling me why it's good.
It's good to learn about your past because it helps you to be a better Jew.
That's beautiful. Did you zoom in then or no?
I just started. You
Okay, so we'll do it
finished
again.
very quickly.
Okay, do it again. Okay, we're going to do it. This is take 326. Okay? Okay. Tell me then.
It's good to learn about your past because it helps. Because the things in the past helps you to be a better Jew.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. Okay. Again, tell me again, and maybe this we could zoom in on also, why you're going to send your children to day school. You're talking to your future children. Okay, pretend you're talking to them. Okay,
Okay.
what would you say to them? Because you know it costs extra money. It's not easy. You might not take them to Disneyland as much as you'd like to because you have to put money towards the day school, right? Okay, so tell me, you're talking to your children.
I want them to go to a
Tell me again. I want my children.
I want my children to go to Jewish school because it'll help bring Mashiach.
That was beautiful. It'll help bring Mashiach. Okay. All right. You did great. I learned Shmuel Bet. A long time ago I learned Shmuel Bet. Tell me what you're learning in Shmuel Bet. How does it start?
When Shmuel dies and David, Shmuel and Yonatan dies,
Right.
and when David.
You know, I'm going to go with this one. I want you to look right at me. Okay. Okay. Tell me about Shmuel and David.
When Shmuel dies and David's upset, and when the man comes to tell David that Shmuel died. Shmuel died.
Right. That's Shmuel Bet. I forgot already. It's been such a long time. I learned it many. You think you'll remember 10 years from now? I hope you'll remember. What are you learning in Chumash?
I don't know. We just started.
So what Chumash are you learning?
Shmuel.
You're learning Shmuel in Chumash?
Shmuel.
Oh, Shmot in Chumash. So you're starting with right away Parsha Shmos. So what did you learn about in Parsha Shmos when Hashem says all the names of all the Shvatim? Did you learn that? Why does he say it again and again if he knows them? Did you learn that?
No.
It's a famous Rashi. Who did you learn that with? Rebbe Hollander?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me what you learned about one of the imahos. Who's your favorite of the imahos?
Rachel.
Rachel. So tell me in a full sentence. Rachel is one of my favorites of the imahos, and then tell me why.
Rachel is one of my favorite imahos because she gave her sister her chance of marrying who she wanted.
Wow. That's amazing. Why is that so great?
Because she didn't get upset and everything. She just went along with it, and she said she didn't get upset or anything.
Wow. How could you give in your own life? How could you have something like that? Is there ever a situation like that in your life? Between friends?
I don't
One
think
friend
so.
can embarrass another friend, and you just wish you would be like Rachel and not embarrassed. Do you ever have such a situation?
No.
No? Okay. When you think of chesed, who do you think of in the Chumash? Who did a lot of chesed?
Yaakov.
Yaakov. What chesed did Yaakov do?
Yitzchak.
Yitzchak? Okay. What did Yitzchak do?
He gave,
One more choice. Yitzchak, Yaakov, who else is there? Who are the three Avos?
Yitzchak, Abraham, and...
Abraham. Did Abraham do chesed?
Yeah.
What chesed did Abraham do?
I'm not sure if this is chesed, but his father was not Jewish, and then he became Jewish, but I don't think that's chesed.
That's amazing. Does that make you proud that he did that? Do you think that was hard to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was that hard?
Because it is hard living in a life for all your life, most of your life, not being Jewish, and then you just convert to being Jewish, and still your father does things that non-Jewish people do.
That must have been very hard. Do you ever feel like it was hard going from a not Torah school to a Torah school? Tell me in a full sentence.
I think it's hard going from a not Torah school to a Torah school because we learn different things, and I'm kind of behind them, and I have to catch up.
That's hard, huh? Yeah. Even, is it worth it even though it's hard?
Yeah.
Why is it worth it even if it's hard?
Because then I get to learn more things that I didn't get to learn before.
Are you glad you're in a Torah school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me that full sentence.
I'm glad I'm in a Torah school.
Yeah. Why?
Because then I learn more things that I didn't get to learn at a non-Torah school.
And is Shabbos more special to you now?
Yeah.
Tell me in a full sentence.
Shabbos is more special now because I get to go to shul and I get daven. And usually when I didn't observe Shabbos, I just sat around at home all day and we went out and everything and we didn't do like Shabbos stuff.
Maybe this is beautiful. This is going to make me cry. It's so beautiful. Could you say this again real slowly? Pretend you're an actress. Say it real slowly, what you just told me.
That Shabbos is more nicer for me because I get to go to shul and I get to daven. I get to daven instead of just sitting around all day and driving and not doing Shabbos things.
So you're glad you do Shabbos?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say you're talking to your friends. I'm one of your friends, and you're trying to tell me why I should do Shabbos. Okay, so tell me why I should say you should do Shabbos, and then tell me why. I want you to convince me.
Because you should do Shabbos because it's just more beautiful. We're like singing songs on Friday night instead of just like sitting around all day. And you get to go and when you go to shul, you get to listen to the Torah instead of just.
What's going on?
You heard the take one, take two? This is take number 222, okay?
Hear the alarm? Good. Okay, we're rolling.
Okay. Tell me that again. That was so good that you should keep Shabbos because. Tell me why.
Tell
me forcefully.
You should keep Shabbos because that on Friday night instead of just.
Tell me again because there was noise, okay?
You should keep Shabbos because instead on Friday nights you get to sing songs and it's really happy and you just instead of just sitting around all day doing nothing Friday night and then you got to go to shul and you got to daven and you got to listen to the Torah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you didn't do that and then you didn't do that when.
And do you feel closer to your family now that you're keeping Torah?
Yeah.
Tell me that in a full sentence.
I feel closer to my family. I feel closer to my family on Shabbos because on Shabbos I get to spend time with them and I go to shul with them. And sometimes when we didn't do that, we'd separate and go different places. So.
Like, tell me, your father would do this, your mother would do that. What do you mean you would separate?
Like, my father would go work and my mom would go take me to the market with her. We'd go to the park and stuff, but my father wasn't there, or sometimes my brother wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. So you like the whole family being together?
Yeah.
So tell me that in a full sentence.
I like my whole family being together because it's like just family time for us.
And do you think God had that in mind?
Yeah.
Yeah? So tell me, like when he said keep Shabbos, he meant Mom, you come home, Dad, you come home, all the children should come home. You think he had that in mind?
Yeah.
So maybe you could tell me that in a sentence.
I think that Hashem had that in mind, and he meant that we should all be together.
On Shabbos.
Yeah.
Oh, that was beautiful. Let me ask you, was it scary to move to a new school? Maybe you could tell me in a full sentence.
It was scary. It was a little scary to move to a new school because I didn't know what they'd be doing, and I have learned different things there. And they have done different things there, so I didn't.
Maybe you could stop and start again, and we could go real close when she says that.
Good.
Okay. Wait 1 second. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was scared when I moved to the school.
Tell me again. I was scared when I moved to a new school.
I was scared when I moved to a new school because I didn't know what they were going to be doing, and I was going to do different things than them, and that I had no idea what they were going to say.
What about friends? Were you nervous you wouldn't make friends?
No.
Were you scared you wouldn't make new friends?
No.
No? What about, how would you tell someone, a girl who's going to maybe move to a new school, how would you encourage her? Because it would scare me.
That when you have no problems getting friends and that you understand because each teacher will help you figure out what you're saying. And you don't just sit there saying, what?
Is it hard to have two loads, like Hebrew and English?
No.
So tell me in a sentence, because I don't want to go and have two loads. That's a lot.
It's not hard having two subjects.
English and Hebrew because it's just you just learn one subject and then you go to the next after that time's over.
But you have so much homework.
No, not really.
You don't have so much homework?
No.
No? But would it be easier if you didn't go to a Torah school?
No.
You don't think it would be easier? No? You don't think you'd have more time, free time? Wouldn't you have more free time?
I probably would have more free time, but...
So tell me in a full sentence. How come there's a noise?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a toilet?
It's the air conditioning.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
I probably would have more time not going to Torah school because, but...
How about balancing her Torah friends with her friends that don't go to her?
Okay. Did you hear what she said about parents going their separate ways?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Isn't that deep?
Yeah.
Do you know
Do I have to take this?
It's true.
It was not. It was.
Isn't that's a purpose, are you? You're relaxed, yeah? Yeah, you're okay. Okay. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, maybe just tell me again, you're telling me why I should go to a day school instead of a public school. Why is it's easier, right? So tell me it's easier, but, and then tell me why.
Going to a Torah school is easier.
No, tell me the other way. It's easier, you were saying it's easier in public school, you have more free time, but why is it worth it anyways? You know what I mean?
In a public school I have more time, but it's worth it because I learn more, and I get to do more, and I get to learn more.
Get to learn more, okay. Okay, now tell me real strongly, are you proud to be Jewish? Tell
Yes.
me in a sentence.
I'm proud to be Jewish.
Okay, why are you proud to be Jewish?
Because we have different things that other people can't do, and like we get to have our Shabbos and we get to have our holidays, but their holidays are just like fun things. But our holidays are fun things too, but their things are just like different than ours.
Okay. Meaning what? What did you get out of Sukkot? Did you like Sukkot?
Yeah.
Why? Why did you like Sukkot? Tell me in the full sentence.
Because we get to go to other people's homes, and we get to go in their sukkah, and we get people in our sukkah, and it's lots of fun.
What do you think about Rosh Hashanah? That was a kind of serious day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you like Rosh Hashanah? Why do you think it's a good thing, Rosh Hashanah? Is it good for people to know that He's watching what they do? Is it good for people to say, I'm sorry?
Yes.
Yeah? Why is it good for people to say, I'm sorry? Maybe tell me in a full sentence.
It's good for people to say, I'm sorry, because then they get to start all over again, and they get another chance to be better to that person than they were before.
Mm-hmm. That was terrific. The only thing is if you could start again saying Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah is a good thing because no one will know that you meant that.
Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah is a good thing because people get to say they're sorry to people, and they get to start all over again, and they get to know they get to be nicer to that person than they were before.
Mm-hmm.
They can have a better relationship.
What a wise woman. Okay, let's see. Let me ask you one more thing. If you're at a baseball game, right, and you're so hungry, and there's a non-kosher hot dog passing by you to the next guy, he ordered a non-kosher hot dog, it smells so delicious, okay, and you're not allowed to eat it. Isn't that hard? Maybe tell me in a full sentence.
Smelling a non-kosher hot dog is hard.
Let's start again.
Smelling a non-kosher hot dog is hard, but still I know that I can't eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just won't think about it, and then it just passes my mind.
It just passes your mind, but isn't it hard? You can't eat the most delicious candies like, I don't know, Snickers. You don't eat Snickers, right? Because they're not kosher. Don't you miss Snickers?
I never tasted it.
Okay. O. Henry? Did you ever taste O. Henry? I'm sure there's some delicious non-kosher candy bar that you can't have anymore. Is that hard?
Well, it's hard, but there's other kosher candy bars that I could have.
But even if, let's say, there was no other kosher candy bar as good as O. Henry or Babe Ruth, you ever taste that?
Yeah.
That's good, right? Okay. So there's nothing like a Babe Ruth. So how do you manage with that? That's so hard. Tell me in a full sentence, because I'm thinking of giving up Babe Ruths, but I'm gonna miss it. So what would you tell me?
Tell you that there's other kosher candy bars, and it doesn't matter if that one's better. You still can't eat it.
But I miss it so badly, and it's so delicious.
Well, there's other candy bars, and you could miss it, but you just can't eat it.
How do you make me feel better? I want what I want. What would you tell me?
That
no right answer. Whatever you say is good.
What?
What would you say? I want my candy bar, and I can't have it. How could you encourage me, make me feel better if I can't have the candy bar I want?
Why is it that we can't always have what we want?
Tell parents to be quiet. What would you tell me?
That
Is there anything good in that I can't have what I want? Is that good? Is there anything good in that?
that you don't get fatter.
You don't get fatter. That's good. You don't get fatter. Okay. What about in a spiritual way? Is there anything good spiritually? Let's say, and I'm trying to think. You have a child. Your child wants what they want when they want it, right? You know that song, you can't get what you want when you want it?
Yeah.
You know that song? So why is that a good thing? What would you tell your child? Okay, even though they can't have everything they want, why is that good for them?
That even though you can't have that what you want, you'll get another thing, and it's okay.
It's okay. What does it build in you if you can't have what you want? Does it build anything inside you? Does it make you better in any way? If you can't have what you want and you're still okay about it?
It makes you feel like I did something that makes you feel proud of yourself.
That's
That
interesting.
I didn't do this, and I wasn't supposed to do it.
Okay. What about when you were little? Like now you're 9?
11.
You were 11? Sorry, 11. Okay. When you were 9, were there certain things you just had to have?
Hmm.
And that you feel differently at 10 and then differently at 11?
There probably was, but I can't think
You
of
can't
it.
think of any. But when you're little, sometimes it's so important to you. And as you grow, why is it less important?
Because I change and I get different. I think about other things.
Okay. Well, let's see if there's anything else. Do you miss your old friends? Maybe you could tell me.
I miss my old friends, but it doesn't mean just because I moved to a different school doesn't mean that I can't see them anymore.
Okay. But you do miss your old friends?
Yeah.
Are you making new friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just ask, Whitney left already?
But and Amy, it has
to do is tell me. Well, what I want to hear is the personal side. Like I miss. Did you used to? Do you miss McDonald's? You can tell me truthfully. Do you?
No.
No. Okay. You don't miss those fries. There's nothing like those fries, are there?
No, but I don't miss it.
You don't miss it. Okay. Maybe you could. You're rolling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe you could tell me. We used to go to McDonald's, but.
I used to go to McDonald's, but then we became kosher, and now we go to different restaurants, and it doesn't really matter to me.
Doesn't matter. You don't miss it.
No.
You don't miss the French fries.
No.
The Big Mac.
No.
No, is Big Mac from McDonald's?
Yeah.
It's from McDonald's. You don't miss it. So what will you tell? Will you send your children to a Jewish school?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me in a full sentence. Real enthusiastic.
I will send my kids to a Jewish school
Why?
because I want them to grow up that way, to grow up as nice people, and that they could learn what I learned.
So that they could learn Torah?
Yeah.
Do you like learning Torah?
Yes.
Maybe tell me in a full sentence.
I like learning Torah.
Okay. Okay. I think that's good. Do you know what? I'm going to write down what you say because it's important stuff. 1 second. To each child that does this, what would you give them? What do you think I should give? Because this is hard to do, right?
An eyeball.
A what?
An eyeball.
An eyeball? What's an eyeball? You ready?
Rolling.
Should I only give pros or cons too?
Just the pros right now.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Well, the cons that you could give me is that it's lonely, that you miss your old friends, that it's not easy, that it's hard, but why it's worth the sacrifice. So you could give the cons in that way.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, whenever you're ready.
What?
Look at me.
I left non-Torah school a year and a half ago. Actually,
Look at me, okay?
I started the Torah school when I was already halfway finished with the non-Torah school, and that was pretty hard for me because I barely knew anyone. But it was worth it because when I came home, I knew much more Gemara, Torah than I ever knew before, and it was important to me to know this stuff because if I didn't know it, then I wouldn't be able to bring my kids up as Orthodox religious kids who who have the choice of being religious and having the choice of learning Jewish studies and that type of curriculum. And my old school didn't teach. My old school didn't teach any Torah really, no Gemara. So it was a big change for me. At first it was hard, but then I really started enjoying the Gemara class, and it helps me. It helps you think a lot, and
Tell me in a full sentence, learning Gemara.
Learning Gemara helps you think, and it helps you. It gives you. It shows you what the rules are, and it gives you more choices in life that you never knew you could. It gives you more options. So, because in the Torah, in the Gemara is just like adding to the Torah, helping you understand the Torah, and it shows you more things that you never knew before, which was very interesting to me to learn. When I used to go home, my parents would ask me what I learned. I have so much to tell them. Every Friday when I had to do Parsha at the Shabbos table, I would go home. I still do go home, and I discuss with them the Parsha. And my mom, she goes to classes too. So me and my mom and I and my brother, we all discuss, and my dad too. We all discuss the Parsha of the week every Friday at the Shabbos table, and it really was worth it for me to go to a Torah school like Amek and learn what I wasn't learning before. And at first you're lonely, you don't have a lot of friends, but once you start going to the school, you make friends, and it's not that hard to make friends. I don't know what else to say.
You tell me that again. At first you're lonely, and it's hard to make friends, because I want him to zoom in when you say it, okay? Tell me that again, because that's very powerful. Because you're convincing me, and I don't want to go through this hardship, but...
At first you're lonely, but then you learn to make friends, and then you still have your old friends from your old school, but now you have more friends, and you have more people to come over to your house, and you have more people who are like you, who do the same stuff as you, who are as religious as you, so you could discuss things with them that you couldn't discuss with your old friends at your old school when you were like the only religious kid at the school.
Did you used to keep Shabbos? Maybe tell me the full sentence. And then if there's a transit, if you do now, why is it good?
At first, I used to play soccer on Shabbos. I used to go to restaurants on Shabbos. Then my father, he started going to shul at Chabad of Tarzana for the Yom Tovim, which was when I was like 7 years old. And my mom still liked the conservative service, so we went with my mom because all my friends were at the conservative service. So I liked going there instead of going to Chabad because I didn't know anyone at Chabad. But then my mom was starting to learn more, and she learned that what at the conservative service, they weren't really doing a service, or she wasn't really praying there. So then she started going with my dad, so we went too, and that's when I was like 7 years old, and we started going to Chabad Tarzana for only the Yom Tovim though. We used to never go to shul on Shabbos. So then we continued like that for about 2 years. When I was 10, we started coming to the Shabbos, to shul on Shabbos every month, once a month maybe. that continued for about 2 years, and then when I was 12, my parents decided that we should start going to shul every week, but I was still playing soccer on Shabbos because I was on a club soccer team. But I would still go before the soccer game or after the soccer game to shul. Then that was last year when I was still attending the non-Torah school, and my parents, once I moved to the Torah school, my parents decided that since it would be kind of embarrassing for me if I went to soccer when none of my friends do, and they wanted to move forward, so we started not playing soccer on Shabbos. We sometimes drove still, because we used to live far away from the shul. And then about 3 months ago, we moved into a new house, so we are only a mile away from the shul. And
your parents moved to the new house to be close to the shul?
Yeah, my parents moved to a new house to be closer to the shul, so we wouldn't have to drive anymore. Now we're Shomrei Shabbos. We don't drive. We don't turn on the lights. We never watch TV. And
how do you feel about that?
About what?
Keeping Shabbos now, missing soccer.
Really, I don't mind that much about keeping Shabbos now, because it's kind of like a rest for me. The end of the week, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do homework. I just go to shul. Then maybe I'll go to someone's house.
Do you miss soccer?
I still play on Sundays. We made an arrangement with my soccer coach that I only play on Sunday games. So.
Are you proud of your parents that they made this change?
Yes.
Tell me in a full sentence.
I'm very proud of my parents that they made the change of becoming more religious. Because they did the right thing and they're observing what Hashem wanted them to.
Mm-hmm. And even though it's hard, are you glad they put you into emek? And you could say emek. Are you glad they put you into emek?
Well, at first I
full sentence. At first I wasn't.
At first I didn't like emek at all. I wanted to leave for the first half a year I was there. Then this year they made some alterations for me, so now I'm really enjoying emek. And next year I'll be going to high school.
Mm-hmm. What would you tell your children about going to day school? Or your friends? Let's say you could talk to the world, all 12-year-old boys, Jewish boys. What would you tell them why they should go to a Jewish day school?
I think you should go to a Jewish day school because that's where you should be, because you learn much more and it's not hard at all. And you learn many more things that you've never even heard of before, and it's quite interesting.
Is it hard because you have less free time, don't you?
Yeah, I do have less free time. That is kind of hard, but last year I got used to it. For each day, you get used to it.
You get used to it. Mm-hmm. Is it worth the sacrifice of the free time?
Yes.
Tell me in a full sentence.
Yes, it is worth the sacrifice of the free time, because you're doing more productive things at school than you probably would be doing at home. You're studying instead of watching TV at home, and it's more productive for you to be doing.
It's a wise man too. That was nice. Someone there getting nachas? You're getting nachas? Enthusiastically, okay. Are you proud to be Jewish, and why?
Yes, I'm very proud to be Jewish.
Look at me. Okay.
For the reason that whenever I see another Jew with a kippah, it really makes me feel really good, because it makes me feel that there still are lots of Jews in this world, and there still are many people who still observe. And that really makes me feel proud to be a Jew.
Okay. I guess that's it. That was terrific. Thank you very much. Good luck on your game. Pretend you're telling me about what is Rosh Hashanah? Is it when you light candles on the menorah? That's not Rosh Hashanah? What is Rosh Hashanah?
You know.
You don't know?
You know.
I'm pretending I don't know. So you pretend you're teaching me what Rosh Hashanah is, okay? Come on. Do you know what Rosh Hashanah is? Is it when you send Shalach Manos? What is it?
When you blow the shofar.
You blow the shofar. Okay, good. That was very good. What about Yom Kippur? What is Yom Kippur? What do you do Yom Kippur? What do you say to Hashem?
I don't know.
Do you say I'm sorry? Is that what Yom Kippur is? What is saying I'm sorry in Hebrew? What is that called? Do you know? Tshuva? Do you know what tshuva is? Yeah? What is tshuva?
Saying sorry.
Saying sorry. Is it a good thing to say sorry? It's a good thing to say sorry? Sometimes your big brother isn't nice to you. Do you wish he would do tshuva and say he's sorry? Sometimes your big sister isn't nice to you. Do you wish she would do tshuva? Yeah? You wish he would do tshuva, right? So tshuva is a good thing? Yeah? What is, did your parents build a sukkah this year? They did? Did you help? You didn't help at all? You didn't make any decorations? You made some decorations. What did you make? You don't know what you made? Did they keep it?
No. We stay.
They used it?
What?
The decoration for the sukkah? Yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move closer to you. Why? What do you like about Shabbos? No? Do you, let me ask you this. If I would give you a candy that wasn't kosher, would you eat it? Why?
It's not kosher.
Okay, so tell me in a full sentence. You're on camera? Tell me in a full sentence. If I gave you a non-kosher candy, would you eat it? Tell me loud and strong.
No.
Tell me real loud. I wouldn't eat a non-kosher candy, even if you gave it to me. You wouldn't eat it? Why? Why not?
It's not kosher.
So what? Who told you you can't eat a non-kosher candy? Who's the boss? Who's the boss of the whole world?
You know.
I know. I want you to tell me. Who's the boss of the whole world? Do you know?
Hashem.
Hashem. Could you say Hashem real loud? Hashem's the boss of the whole world. Could you say that?
Just said it.
Could you say it loud because you know why? Because the people watching the video, they don't know when you say he's the boss, they're not sure who you're talking about. Because afterwards we're going to show this on video. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so say Hashem's the boss of the whole world.
Hashem's the boss of the world.
Of the whole world? Okay. And what did Hashem tell you? Did Hashem say not to eat unkosher candy? Okay, so tell me that. Hashem told me not to eat unkosher candy.
Hashem told me not to eat kosher candy.
Okay, so you listen to Hashem? Yeah? Do you like listening to Hashem? Yeah? Okay. Did Hashem do you miss watching television on Shabbos? You do? It's hard, right? What's your favorite show? You don't have a favorite show? So tell me real loud. I miss not watching television on Shabbos.
I miss not watching television on Shabbos.
So, but why do you do that? Why do you not watch television on Shabbos anyways, even though it's hard?
Because it's muksa.
It's muksa, okay? Did you learn that in school or from your parents?
From nobody.
From nobody. Oh, okay. Let me ask you this. Do you say a bracha on candy? Yeah? What bracha do you say on candy? Do you know? I'll tell you, okay? Shahako. What bracha do you say on cookies? Do you know? What?
I don't know.
Okay, say it out loud. The bracha on cookies is mazonos.
The bracha on cookies is mazonos.
And the bracha on candy is?
No, candy is shahako.
Shahako. Do you say a bracha when you eat a candy? Tell me in a full sentence. I say a bracha when I eat a candy.
I say a bracha when I eat a candy.
Why? What is saying a bracha like? Is it like saying thank you to Hashem? Yeah? So tell me that. Saying a bracha on a candy is like saying thank you to Hashem.
The bracha of candy is like saying the bracha. Saying thank you to Hashem.
Okay, maybe you could say that real slow. Saying a bracha is like saying thank you
saying thank you
to Hashem.
to Hashem.
Did you learn that in Emek? In Orleo? No? Do you like Orleo? You're not sure? Okay, is there anything else? Tell me in a sentence, I'm happy to be Jewish.
I'm happy to be Jewish.
You tell me it again slow and loud. Real loud, because I don't believe you when you say it.
I'm happy to be Jewish.
Are you proud to be Jewish? You're not sure? Why are you happy to be Jewish?
I don't know.
You're adorable. Okay, maybe you could tell me again, I'm happy to be Jewish, real loud and real slow.
I'm happy to be Jewish.
Can you understand him when he says it?
You can understand it, sure.
Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything else we could say. No? Yeah? Okay. Can you tell me real slow and real loud? I'm learning Aleph Beis now. Maybe look in the camera.
I know. I'm learning Beis.
Tell me again real slow. Because I speak Italian. So tell me real slow.
I'm learning Aleph Beis now.
Let me hear you say the Aleph Beis.
I don't know it.
You don't know Aleph Beis yet? Okay, I'll say it and you repeat after me. Okay, ready? Aleph,
Aleph
Beis,
Beis.
Gimel,
Gimel.
Dalet,
Dalet.
Hey,
Hey.
Vav,
Vav.
Zayin,
Zion.
Ches,
Ches.
Tes,
Tes.
Yud.
Yud.
That was very good. You got it. What's the first letter of the Torah? Do you know? It's a Beis. Did you know that? Even though the Aleph is the first letter of the alphabet, Beis is the first letter of the Torah. You know why? So Hashem said, Aleph, you're already the king of the Aleph Beis. I'm going to let the Beis be first. Isn't that special? Did you learn about Har Sinai? Why was the Torah given on Har Sinai? Do you know? Was it the biggest mountain or the smallest?
Big.
It was the biggest? No, it was the smallest. Hashem said, because you're small and you're not saying, give the Torah on me, give the Torah on me. I'm going to give the Torah on you because you didn't brag. Did you know that story? Yeah? You knew that story? Okay, I'm trying to think of a story you might know. Oh. You don't know? Avram was the first Jew. Did you know that? Avram Avinu? You knew that. You just forgot, right? Right? Do you like learning Torah? You're not sure? Do you bench in school? Do you do Birkat HaMazon?
What's that?
Benching. Baruch atah. You do that? Yeah? Do you like benching? Is it fun? No? It's hard? Do you like Shabbos?
I don't know.
You're not sure? Do you like when your parents sit around the table and everyone eats and your mommy makes special food? Do you like that?
I don't know.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Nothing. I just.
Closer on them?
Closer on who?
On all of them. Okay, can you go even closer?
Not unless you want to.
Cut them off on the bottom, that's fine, yeah.
No, cut an ear off or
Oh, that's
something.
good. That's good.
That's
That's good. I like that. Okay, buddy. Okay, guys. Hey, I see you're good. I saw that. You're very good. Okay. What should we do to relax this guy? Should we tickle him? What can we do? No? Does he like to be tickled? Who's the tickler's one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you sleep in the same room? Yeah? Is he a good roommate?
Him?
Yeah.
No.
No? Is he a good roommate? No. Okay, let me see. What can we use?
He should.
Okay, do you sleep in, you have your own room?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Why does she have her own room?
Why? Because she's a girl.
She's a girl. And you sleep with him? Same
Yeah.
room? Who goes to sleep earlier?
He does.
What time do you go to sleep?
8:30.
8:30 you go to sleep?
Yeah, a little bit later.
How long does it take you to get to school?
How long?
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes.
20 minutes? That's all? Shh. Good. Quiet. Okay. Tell me, does it take you longer to drive to your new school?
My new school? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me in a full sentence. It takes me longer to drive to my new school.
takes me longer to drive to my new school.
Do you mind the drive?
No.
You know, it's okay?
Yeah.
Why is it worth the drive?
Because we get to sleep in more because we get to sleep in the car.
Get to sleep in the car? Okay, so tell me in a sentence. So he's looking at you guys. Trying to get approval. Don't look at them, okay? Just pretend they're not there. You can say anything you want. Look at me and tell me that it's longer to drive to my new school.
It's longer to drive to my new school.
But I don't mind it.
But I don't mind it.
Why?
Because I'm able to sleep in the car.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Do you mind the drive? You do mind the drive. You like the drive? You don't like the drive. Why don't you like the drive?
It's too long.
Oh boy. Can you hear that? That's bad.
Yeah, we're getting
I'm
that.
gonna wait. Okay. Okay. Tell me in a sentence. I don't like the drive, the long drive.
I don't like the long drive.
Why?
Because it takes too
It
long.
takes too long. Do you like the long drive?
I don't mind it.
Tell me, I don't mind the long drive.
I don't mind the long drive.
Because?
Because I'm going to a good school and
Wait,
I
one
like
second.
it.
Freebie? Okay. Tell me again. I don't like the long drive because?
I don't like the long drive because I like the school that I'm going to.
So you don't mind the long drive. You know what? Your name is Josh? Okay, look this way, okay? Tell me again why you don't mind the long drive.
I don't mind the long drive because I'm going to, I like the school that I'm going to.
Okay, do you like the school that you're going to?
Yeah.
Tell me in a sentence.
I like the school I'm going to.
Because?
Because it's a good school.
It's a good school. Say it louder.
Stay Jewish.
What about you? Could you say it? Let me hear.
Stay Jewish.
Good, I like that. Okay, now let's get it on film. Okay. On film? Okay. Would you want to change schools? Tell me in a full sentence. Would you want to change schools?
I do not want to change schools.
Would you want to change schools?
I don't want to change schools.
Do you want to change schools?
No.
No? Okay. Is she a nice sister?
She is a nice sister.
Yeah? What about him? Is he a good brother?
Who are you talking to?
Is he a good brother? No, he's not a good brother. Does Torah make you a better person? Tell me in a full sentence, Daniel. Does Torah make you a better person?
Torah makes you a better person.
What do you think? Does Torah make him a better brother? Tell me in a full sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah? Does Torah make him a better brother? Tell me. Torah makes him a better brother.
Torah makes him a better brother.
Do you think Torah makes him a better brother?
Yes.
Tell me in a full sentence.
Torah makes him a brother.
Is she a better sister because of Torah?
Yes.
Yeah, tell me in a full sentence.
Torah makes her a better sister.
Can you go in closer to them? A little closer?
That's about it.
Okay, we're going to do this one more time. Tell me real loud. Stay Jewish.
Stay Jewish.
What about you?
Stay Jewish.
What about you? Let's do it again, okay? We're going to start again. You ready? Stay Jewish.
Stay Jewish. Stay Jewish. Stay Jewish.
Good for you. That was good. Okay. The clap got in there?
Well, yeah.
Okay. We'll do it again. You ready? Let's hear. Stay Jewish.
Stay Jewish. Stay Jewish.
Your turn.
Stay Jewish.
That was good. Okay. Are you glad you go to a Torah school? You go to we'll say, I'm glad I go to a Jewish school.
I'm glad I go to a Jewish school.
Are you?
I'm glad I go to a Jewish school.
Why? Because?
Because you learn more.
To learn more. Okay. Are you glad you go to a Jewish school? Tell me, I'm glad I go to a Jewish school.
I'm glad I go to a Jewish school.
Okay. Let's do it again, just saying I'm glad I go to a Jewish school. You ready?
I'm glad I go to a Jewish school. I'm glad I go to a Jewish school. I'm glad I go to a Jewish school.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Yeah. Tell me in are you rolling? Okay. Tell me in a full sentence that Chumash is my favorite subject, and why?
Chumash is my favorite subject because it's so interesting and it tells you like you wouldn't believe it's true.
Like what kind of things? What are you learning now?
Like I'm learning about how Moshe didn't even hit the Egyptian, didn't even hit the Mitzri when he was going to kill a Jewish man. He didn't even hit him. He just said, focused, really concentrated, said Hashem's name, and the Egyptian just dropped dead.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's amazing, isn't it? What is it? What did you learn about Rosh Hashanah? Do you remember anything?
Rosh Hashanah?
Yeah, is Rosh Hashanah a good thing? Because you know what I
Yeah,
like to do?
it's a good thing, but it's a day of judgment, and it's a scary time. That's why we don't say like the Yom Tov.
Why is it good for people to have a Rosh Hashanah, you think?
Because then they can do Shuvah.
Tell me the full sentence.
You could do Shuvah, and then Hashem just wipes out all the sins.
Why is that a good thing?
Because you can like be really bad, and then just if you just fast for that day, all those things will just be wiped out.
So you mean you could start over?
Right.
Is it good to start over?
Yeah.
Tell me in a full sentence. It's good to start over.
It's good to start over.
Okay. What other Hebrew subjects are you learning?
I like Mishnah and Navi too.
What Navi are you learning?
We just finished about
Yeshua, Shoftim, Shmuel?
No, we're starting Shoftim now.
Starting Shoftim. You just finished Yeshua?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Yonah. We just finished Yonah.
Oh, so tell me about Yonah. What was the story of Yonah?
He didn't want the Jews. The Jews were going. There was a city. And Hashem wanted Yonah to go say, if you don't start doing tshuva, then you're gonna be turned over. And then Yonah, he ran away.
Why did Yonah run away?
He didn't think that he could run away from God, but he knew that Hashem wouldn't speak to him if he's out of Israel and he's hyped up and like not calm. So he went on a ship, and there was a storm, and the ships had a lottery. The ship, because there was a storm, and like a mile away, the people on the other boat were like dry and sunbathing. So they had a lottery, and it went on Yonah 3 times. And Yonah said, roll me off, because if he would have jumped off, it would have been committing suicide. It would have been sin. So
Why did Yonah not want to do what Hashem said?
Because it would make the Jews. Yonah didn't want to make the Jews look bad.
Very good. Okay, what does that show you about how he feels about other Jews?
Like they're his family.
Oh, tell me again, that Yonah felt like Jews are his family.
Yonah felt like Jews are his family.
How do you feel about other Jews? Tell me in a full sentence.
Like they're very close.
Tell me in a full sentence.
I feel good about other Jews because I feel like most Jews aren't like they respect the Torah and they're nice and they greet you.
Okay, you feel Jews are like family?
Yeah.
Tell me that in a sentence. I feel Jews are like
I
family.
feel like Jews are family.
Are you glad you're learning Torah?
Yeah.
Tell me in a full sentence.
I feel good that I'm learning Torah.
So, are you glad that you're in a school that you're learning Torah?
Yeah.
Tell me that in a full sentence.
I'm glad I'm learning school.
Tell me again.
I mean,
It's okay.
I'm glad I'm learning Torah at school.
Okay. Was it hard to go to a new school?
Yeah.
Tell me in a full sentence. You know why? Because when people see the video, they don't know that I'm asking the questions.
Oh.
They don't hear me. They only hear you. So you have to, whatever I say, you have to say in a full sentence and then say your own thoughts. Do you know what I mean?
It was pretty hard moving into a new school.
Because?
Because I didn't know what they were learning.
Why else was it hard? What about friends? Were you worried you wouldn't make friends?
No.
No? You weren't worried?
I wasn't worried.
Do you miss your old friends?
Yeah.
So tell me that in a full sentence.
I feel bad that I'm missing all my friends at my old school.
But is it still worth learning Torah?
Yeah.
Tell me that in a full sentence.
It's worth learning Torah at the new school, though.
Even though you miss your old friends?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's still worth it?
Yeah.
Tell me that again. Tell me in a full idea.
It's still worth it because I met new friends and I'm learning.
What would you tell me if I'm a child who's about to go into, I'm 12 years old, 10 years old, and I am going to go into a day school, how would you convince me? Because I'm going to miss my old friends. What would you tell me? How would you encourage me?
To start to look at all, it's okay because you can just get all your old friends' numbers, and probably if you're having a really bad time, then your mom probably would listen to you. So it's like, just go for it, and if it doesn't work out, then your parents will probably just move you out.
Okay. I was going to ask you, let's say you're speaking to all the Jewish children in the world. What would you tell them about learning Torah? Should they be learning Torah, and why? And on this, if you could zoom in. Let's pretend you're talking to everyone. You have the mic, you have a little mic there. You're talking to all the Jewish children in the world. What would you tell them?
It's fun to learn Torah. It's very interesting. It's not boring like I used to think. It's really fun, and you gotta learn a lot, and you gotta learn about other people and how great they really were.
Do you learn like anything for your own life that helps you to be a better person?
Yeah, we learn about all the mitzvahs and respecting your mother and father.
Let's start again, okay? What do you learn that makes you a better person when you learn Torah in a new school?
It teaches you about learning Torah. It teaches you all the mitzvahs, and it makes you more confident.
More confident?
Yeah.
Does it teach you, what else does it teach you that makes you a better person?
It teaches you all the mitzvah. It teaches you how great those other people were.
What about chesed? Do you learn about chesed? Do you know what chesed means? Kindness?
Yeah.
Did you learn about Abraham and kindness that he used to do?
Yeah.
You learned about him?
We learned about not Abraham.
Who did you learn? What great people did you learn about?
Not we learned about Moshe, Aaron.
Okay, what did you learn about Moshe and Aaron?
And Moshe was like the sun, and Aaron was like the moon. And that's how much greater Moshe was. And Moshe was very kind, and he was very, very smart.
If there's one person you would want to be like in the Chumash, who would you want to be like? Who would you want to strive to be like?
Aaron.
Aaron, why? So say, I would like to strive to be like Aaron.
I would like to strive to be like Aaron because he's very brave, and he's very smart.
Why is he brave? What did he do that was brave?
He like stopped fights, and he made all the Jews calm, and
Is that a good thing?
yeah.
It's good to stop fights? Yeah, okay. Now tell me about Shabbos. You used to not keep Shabbos, right?
Right.
Okay, now you keep Shabbos.
Exactly.
If that's good or bad, and why? In a full sentence.
It's good because I'm doing mitzvahs, and
it's good to keep Shabbos because, or I'm glad we're keeping Shabbos because.
I'm glad we're keeping Shabbos because it's fun, and I like walking, and like when people ask me now, I could say yes, and like when people say, can you come over? Could I go? And I can invite people over now.
Walking to shul, you mean? You're walking to shul now, you mean?
Right.
So you used to drive to shul, and now you walk to shul.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you could say that in a sentence and tell me why that makes you glad, because it's hard to walk.
Right.
A long walk, right?
Sort of.
Sort of a long walk, but you do it anyways?
Right.
It would be much easier to hop in the car, right? So tell me why. You explain to me. I'm not religious, and explain to me. I used to drive in the car on Shabbos. Now I walk in the car to shul, and why that's okay, even though it's tiring.
I used to drive, and now I walk because.
Walk to where? Tell me again.
I walk to shul because you get to invite friends over, because I used to be embarrassed when I couldn't go to them, but then I couldn't invite them over because they'd ask, because we couldn't walk to my house, and now we found a shul and we moved to a different house, and now we can walk, and my friends can come over, and I met new people because I can come more close to people.
Are you meeting some nice friends in school?
Yeah.
Nice kids, yeah. And you're making some new friends?
Yeah, I'm making some new friends.
Yeah. Okay, let's think what else I wanted to ask you. Passed right by you, and you're so hungry, and it smells so good. Would you eat it? Or tell me the full sentence.
I wouldn't eat it because I know how.
Now, I wouldn't eat a non-kosher hot dog.
I wouldn't eat a non-kosher hot dog because I know how terrible it kills your soul, and it's like this. I know I used to eat non-kosher, and I know it's even if it looks good and if it smells good, it might not be as good as it looks and smells. So I don't get a temptation because I used to eat them, and they're not even that good.
Not even that good. Are you glad you keep kosher?
Yeah.
Tell me the full sentence.
I'm glad I keep kosher because it doesn't kill my soul.
Do you miss any of the non-kosher candies you used to eat? I like him on, if you could keep him Zoom while he's talking about this.
I don't like...
Wait 1 second. Here, we can go real close to him.
Did you want to Zoom or not?
Yeah.
Then I have to be farther away so I can Zoom.
The Zoom that was before while he was talking? Okay, that's great.
You want me to start there?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
where? About?
Real close, because he's
Okay.
beautiful face. Did you know that? You have a very photogenic face. Okay. Okay, so tell me about, even though, let's say you're convincing me, like Babe Ruth's you used to eat, or O. Henry's, right? They weren't kosher. Is there any non-kosher food that you miss?
I don't even like candy that much, so...
Or let's say some delicious Chinese food. Do you miss it? What would you tell a friend who's thinking about keeping kosher? Why you say it's good for his soul, but I miss it. It's hard for me to think about my soul when I'm thinking about that delicious food. How would you encourage me?
It's not even that good.
Okay. Trying to think what else I wanted to say. That was it. Okay. I like him. Oh, this is great. Okay.
I'm proud to be Jewish because all those, I think all the other religions like are made up, and like I'm pretty happy that a real God actually made mine, and I don't have to depend on a person, a human being.
Amazing. So you're happy to be Jewish?
Yes.
Say in a sentence, and let's keep him right here.
I'm very happy that I'm Jewish.
Okay, maybe if you could keep him there for a while.
Static or Zoom?
Static.
Okay.
Zoom him in and then keep him there for a long
Okay.
while. Okay. Let's say it again. I'm happy to be Jewish, and tell me why.
I'm very happy to be Jewish because I rather have a God to depend on than a person, a human being.
Do you think God gave good mitzvahs?
Yes.
Yeah. Give me an example.
Like not even kosher. It probably really isn't that good for you.
Okay. Do you know about Lashon Hara?
Yeah.
Tell me what Lashon Hara is.
Lashon Hara is something like if you tell on someone and you like tell on them and they really don't want it, and they're like sorry what they did, and then you tell on them.
Do you think God is good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So He gave some good rules.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me. Trying to think. Let's see. Now answer this question in a full sentence. Are you going to send your children to Jewish schools?
Yeah.
Tell me in a full sentence.
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna take my children to Jewish schools, into religious Jewish schools, because then they don't have to learn all this junk about stuff that didn't even really happen, and like they just try and take it off your subject. And I'd rather have my son learning by a rabbi than just an Israeli that like just came from.
So you'd rather have your son learning by a rabbi?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I like that. That's good. Okay, I'm trying to think about telling a child about keeping Hashem's Torah, and it's hard. How would you encourage him to keep Hashem's Torah? You're talking to your son. If I was talking to my son and encouraging him to keep Hashem's Torah, I would tell him this, so they know what you're talking about.
If I was talking to my son about why it's important to keep Hashem's Torah, I would tell him this, because He saved us so much time, and He keeps us up and going, and like all the things that's ever happened to the Jews. If like it happened to any other religion, they'd probably be wiped out completely. That religion.
But Hashem kept us going.
Right.
Amazing. So the fact that that the Jews are surviving, that's why we have to be thankful to Hashem. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So could you say that in a sentence? See, I love this, just like this. I love it. I love the kids close like this.
What?
Looks great.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
Say, the fact that Hashem is keeping us alive is a reason to be thankful to Hashem.
The fact that Hashem is keeping us in majority, it's very good.
Very good. Okay. If you could talk to Hashem now, what would you say to Him?
I couldn't.
Do you talk to Hashem at night? Do you say Shema?
Yeah.
Do you ever have a conversation with Hashem?
Yeah.
If you had something you could say to Hashem now, what would you say?
I'd ask Him for a favor.
I'd ask, if I could talk to Hashem, I would.
If I could talk to Hashem, I'd ask Him a favor.
You'd ask Him a favor?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us the favor?
No.
Okay, but you do talk to Hashem.
Yeah.
You talk to Hashem. Okay. I'm trying to think what else. Did you always talk to Hashem?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you glad that you changed schools?
Yes.
Tell me in a full sentence.
I'm glad I changed schools because you learn much more, and you can actually do the real stuff and like not be afraid to touch a food. If you want to keep kosher, not to be afraid to like touch a food or be afraid not to know that what's kosher and what's not.
So you mean when you're more educated, it's easier?
Right.
That's very smart, because when you're not educated, you do more than you have to. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea. Did you know you were so smart? You knew that? Very smart. Let's see if there's any more. Okay. I asked him about skill, right?
Rolling.
Okay, go ahead.
Over the last few years, our family have made a much bigger commitment to Yiddishkeit and to observing Torah laws. And we've gradually observed the Sabbath more and more and done more in terms of becoming Shomrei Shabbos. And we got to the point where we were doing most of everything, except we were still driving to shul on Shabbos, being that we lived 4.5 miles from the shul, the closest Orthodox shul that we attend. And I think it was the 4.5 mile walk in the middle of summer that was the motivation to move, to be closer and closer walking distance to the shul. We were fortunate that when we made the decision to do it, we were able to sell our house and find a new house in a relatively short time. And it's turned out to be a very good move for us and for our family.
Okay. I don't know why you put the kids in there. You did it 3 months ago? Or?
No, the day school was already a year ago.
You put them in day
We
school?
moved our kids. Our kids have always been in a Jewish day school, but not a Torah school.
Okay.
And it's almost a year now that we moved them from the school that they were in to a Torah school. As my wife and I studied more and started learning more ourselves, we realized how little our kids were learning and were getting from the school that they were at. Not only were they not learning enough, but they were learning the wrong things. And that was why we made the decision that they needed to be in a Torah school. We're thrilled with the Torah school because when I hear my sons, I'm thrilled with Emek. When I hear my sons speak to you, the knowledge that they have in a very short time, it just blows me away that they've learned so much in such a short time. And in fact, I'm more convinced today that I did the right thing than even yesterday before I heard them speaking to you.
Maybe you could say, was it hard? Was it a hard decision?
The decision was very hard. In fact, we thought of making the move a year before we did it. And purely for social reasons for the kids. We were worried that they would miss their friends, they'd be unhappy at school. We didn't do it when we should have, and I have to say that Ilana was the one who said, this is just no good. My wife Ilana was the one who decided, when we did make the move last year in November, that no matter what the consequences, they had to be in the right school. And I have to say the decision was absolutely the right one.
Okay, I think that's good. You have to go, right? Maybe zoom in while he talks about Shabbos.
Stick with the audio, yeah.
Tell me, no, this is very good. You speak very well. Maybe you could tell us about keeping
The Shabbos.
in your family and why it's good for your family.
A few years ago, if anybody would have asked me or told me that I'd be Shomrei Shabbos and not taking my kids to soccer,
Maybe
honestly.
What is Shomer Shabbos? Because I don't want you to be embarrassed.
Oh.
Okay, Shomer
So
Shabbos is is plural.
Oh,
People
okay.
told me I'd be Shomer
Oh.
Shabbos.
So what is it?
Shomer Shabbos.
Shomer Shabbos. What did I say? Shomrei.
Shomer Shabbos.
See, I haven't learned enough.
Okay. I don't want you to be embarrassed on the
Okay.
camera. Okay.
So I'll start again.
Yeah.
The same theme?
Yeah,
I
same
mean,
idea.
it's the
If
same
anyone
idea.
told me a few
Yeah,
years ago,
okay.
I would be Shomer Shabbos.
Had anyone told me a few years ago that I'd be Shomer Shabbos today, I would never have agreed with them. I would have laughed. I didn't believe that I would give up the soccer on the Saturday soccer, taking the kids to soccer. It was just the commitment to keeping the Sabbath was the big commitment for me. Harder than the schools. And I have to say that as we did it gradually, we didn't make a quick move and just one day say, now we're doing everything. It was a gradual change of life. And today that we observe the Sabbath, I can't believe that I ever went through a time that I didn't. I look forward to the Sabbath. Besides the spiritual part of the Sabbath when we go to shul and pray, it's become a very positive experience for a family. We spend all of the Shabbos together, the meals, the time in shul, the time when we come home, and even the walking to shul is a time for all of us to walk together. We talk about school and things that you just don't have the time to talk about during the week. I have to say that if I had my time again, I would be keeping the Sabbath from a much earlier age.
It brings your family closer together.
There's no question. It definitely brings the family closer together. It's definitely a day that I look very forward to.
So God knew what he was doing.
There's no question that God knew what he was doing.
Okay, that's good. Terrific.
Okay.
Rolling.
Rolling. Okay. I guess we can't go closer, can we?
You can go closer.
Okay, that's good. I like that. Is it a problem that he didn't shave? I see Ron. Look at me. Okay. We're rolling. You can tell me. That you put your kids in an Orthodox school. Why did you put? It wasn't easy, but.
We put our kids in a Torah-based school because at some stage we wanted them to learn the truth. At some stage, ultimately, you accept what you know in your heart to be true, and you have to put that into action. And we put them in a Torah-based school because we thought, what could be more important than giving your children a proper education? And that's the way to further Judaism, and it's the way to further their souls.
Where do your kids go to school?
They go to Or Eliyahu.
Are you happy with it?
Thrilled.
Maybe you could say it that way. I'm thrilled with Orleo because.
I'm thrilled with Or Eliyahu because it's not a place where they're taught stories. It's a place where they're building and molding souls. Their focus is on a broader picture of just specific aspects of education. It's on the entire person. It's on the soul. It's on character development. It's on Torah study. It's on secular education. It's a well-rounded Torah-based education.
Okay. Has your family moved closer? And at this juncture, maybe zoom in a little bit more. keeping Shabbos more? Maybe you could tell me about that and why that was a good thing.
Our family started
Let's
keeping.
start again.
I'm sorry.
Our family started keeping Shabbos on various levels prior to the time that we put them in a Torah-based school. At the time that we put them in a Torah-based school, we became Shomer Shabbos. And I think it was probably the push.
Maybe we should start it off.
Oh, you ready?
Rolling.
Okay.
Eventually, our family began keeping Shabbos, and I think it's been one of the best things that's probably happened to our family for so many different reasons. It's quality family time. It's a time where we get to catch up on what happened during the week. It's a time where we get to talk about different things that we've all learned. It's a time where we have just for each other without interruptions. All week long the phone is ringing or this person is doing this. It's a time that's dedicated to spirituality, and it's almost like having a vacation once a week. We look forward to it, and my children look forward to it. My wife looks forward to it. It's spiritual, it's social, it's relaxing. It's helped our family a lot in many different levels, I think.
Okay. Do you learn Torah weekly or on a regular basis?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe you can say that and that.
We're rolling.
Over the last few years, I've begun learning Torah on a regular basis. I'm fortunate to have a regular class in our home once a week at least, and I think it's very important. I get personal benefit aside from what I learn from Torah study. I think it's very important for our children to see that a house is a place of study. It's not just a place, in addition to a place to live, it's a place of study, and it's a place of opening up to other people, opening up to guests, and I think my children benefit from that, and I think that my family benefits from that, in addition to what I enjoy the study. It's fascinating, and it's something that's very important to me.
Do you think you've grown as a person through learning Torah?
Absolutely.
So maybe say that in the full sentence, and then why?
I think I've grown as a person from learning Torah. It's given me a different perspective on life. It helps you focus on what's really important and what life is really about.
And are you glad your children are getting that opportunity?
I'm very glad my children are getting that opportunity.
Okay. That's good. My mother drove a car.
My mother was on a pillow.
We're rolling.
Pillow. Okay, rolling. Go ahead. So tell me why, when you, some of the thoughts you had, you could say that some of the thoughts I had, so you can introduce the concept because they don't know what you're talking about.
Some of the thoughts I had in switching my children into. Can I start over again?
You can start over again and try to look at me.
Okay.
When you look around,
Okay.
it doesn't look good on the
Okay.
camera.
In my heart of hearts, I knew that I wanted my children to be in a Torah-based school when I started thinking about putting them in one. But the most difficult decision for me was that I was taking them out of something that, a school that they really loved, and I loved being there with them, and I knew what it was all about, and my children were having a really good time going to school and being educated. It was a very artsy type education, and I was going on to something that I didn't know anything about. That, you know, I had never been in a Torah school, and I didn't know how it was going to affect my children. I thought that they were just going to be drummed religion all day long. I didn't know that it was going to be something that they would take into their souls and come home and love learning every single day. I don't know why I didn't know that, because I enjoyed learning Torah. I had been doing it for several years with Ashreinu, and but immediately they took to it. They absolutely loved coming home with Torah stories and learning different ways to behave in a Torah way, and I've been very, very happy and very pleased.
And maybe you told me what your kids used to be doing on Shabbos and soccer. Maybe you could say that.
You know, on Saturdays, I had been learning with Ashreinu for a few years, but I guess what really hit home was when my eldest was 9 years old, and on Saturday, everybody at her school was on the soccer field, and it was a school with a large Jewish population, and I looked around the soccer field and I said, this is what my children's Sabbath is. Basically, it's the soccer field. And I started, at that time, and I started to think that we needed to make some changes in our life because children grow up quickly and they need guidance, they need a way to live, and I don't think that they were going to learn that through being on the soccer field.
So now what do you do on Shabbos?
Now we are Shomer Shabbat. What is it?
Shomer Shabbos. Say it again. Now we are Shomer Shabbos. Shomer Shabbos.
Now we are Shomer Shabbos, and on Shabbat we go to shul, and we come back, and we have families over our house, or we go over different people's homes in the community, and our families together. And it's a spiritual day, it's a family day, and the best part that I like is that I'm on vacation in my own home. It's, you know, I can't get in the car, I can't go shopping, I can't answer the telephone, but I could just be in my own home and be with our community. I want to talk about that.
Hey, maybe, no, this is very good. Maybe you could talk, just mention where your kids go to school, somewhere along the line.
Okay.
And say, my kids go to, and then,
can I mention something about
yeah,
that? Like when I first, my daughter, who is 11 years old now, when she was 2 years old, I would walk her through our preschool, and people would just look at this little girl and say, she is so gorgeous. She had this head full of curls and a beautiful little face. And I would say, yeah, she really is gorgeous. I don't know how I'm going to, you know, I want to raise a mensch, and I hope I could raise her to be as beautiful on the inside as she is on the outside. And I feel that now that we're at Or Eliyahu, I don't have to worry about that, because I have a school that's giving me Torah guidelines, a blueprint for how to raise a Jewish soul, how to raise a Jewish child, and a beautiful Jewish child, and inside and out.
Maybe you could say again, how to raise a beautiful Jewish child.
For how to raise a beautiful Jewish child inside and out.
That was beautiful. We were zoomed in then?
We're in tight now.
How, can we zoom in more? Let me see how it looks zooming in more. Maybe when the whole story is beautiful.
Okay.
And we can cut and paste, right?
Well.
Now if you can, where was, is this how close she was before?
Yeah.
This is what actresses do, it's very hard. Okay, go ahead.
When my daughter was 2 years old, I can remember walking her through the preschool that she was actually in a stroller, and everybody would stop me. She is so beautiful. She had a head full of curls, and everybody would just stop me in the hallways and say, what a beautiful, beautiful little girl. And I can remember thinking to myself, yeah, I have a beautiful little girl on the outside. I hope that I merit to raise a beautiful little girl on the inside. And now that my children are at Or Eliyahu, I don't have that question anymore. I know that my children are learning Torah, and they're learning to be Torah Jews, and that she is a beautiful little girl on the inside and on the outside.
Okay, that was good. Looks like she's going to cry, doesn't she? We're ready to roll.
We're rolling.
Whatever you wanted to say.
I've been learning with Ashreinu for about 9 years, and the first time that I found out about it, I was always interested in traditional Judaism, and my sister found, who was, cut that. I was always interested in traditional Judaism, but I didn't know where to go to learn about it. And the first time that I walked into Ashreinu classes, and there were Orthodox Jewish women teaching classes and willing to teach me about their way of life, it was the most wonderful thing for me. And Shira Shapiro through Ashreinu has been a real...
Okay, stop. Just say, now that you said Ashreinu, you don't have to say that. Just say Shira Shapiro. You don't have to describe her, because that was...
Shira Shapiro has been a real friend to me, and a teacher, and really helped, the relationship with her has really helped influence our family. From when I wanted to buy a new home, and I was going back and forth on where I was going to buy this home, and she was really involved with me in a very positive way in trying to help me to understand how important it was for me to buy that home in a community, in where I would be walking distance to a shul and have a supportive community to help me so that my children would have a place to grow religiously. And this was even way before we were Shomer Shabbos and way before my children were in Orthodox day school. And I really feel that it's through all the learning that I've had through Ashreinu and the support with Shira.
Don't say that. Oh.
I'm
What
sorry.
do you say about Shira? I'm trying to think.
And influenced.
Wait, you weren't really?
No.
You are. Now you are. But tell me this again.
I really feel that it's through my learning that my family has been influenced.
Okay.
And
Are you glad about that?
I'm very, very happy.
You're happy that you were learning Torah?
I'm happy that I'm learning Torah, and I'm happy that my husband's learning Torah, and that my children are in a Torah-based school, and that every day our lives get closer and closer to how a Torah life is to be.
Okay. I think we could elicit something where you would call future and why you
That's
glad-
difficult.
Why you...
Yeah.
What's your hope for your children's future?
I hope that my children,
Your role, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope that my children, and I know that my children, will continue to have traditional lives, traditional Jewish lives, and that they will raise Orthodox traditional families that live Torah lives. And I know that no matter what happens in my life, that my family's on the right path, and I'm very happy.
Okay, that was good.
And I'm an actress. No, I'm kidding.
That was good. Jewish mothers, I would say.
Right.
What? Okay.
If I could speak to other Jewish mothers, I would say how important it is to educate your children in a Torah way and to make sure that they're on the right path in Torah study and the way that they lead their lives. And to me, there's no question. And I know that no matter what happens in our lives, that my children are on the right path. They have a blueprint for life, and they have a place to turn and a way to grow that will be with them through their lives, their children's lives, and their children's children's lives.
Mm-hmm. You feel that it's a responsibility for a mother to take care of the physical well-being of the child, and you feel it's a responsibility of a mother to take care of their spiritual growth too? Do you feel that
Yes,
way? Or,
I do.
I mean, is that kind of like a...
It's an instinct for a mother to take care of their child's spiritual life, but I don't think you always know where to turn or how to do that, especially if you did not grow up in a home that was Torah-based.
So why is it important for the woman of the household to learn Torah?
It's important for the woman of the household to learn Torah because she's the one that instills a spiritual life in the family. She's the one that builds the framework for the family religiously.
Okay.
She's the one that makes the Torah home.
So are you glad that you're learning Torah?
I'm thrilled that I'm learning Torah, and I'm thrilled that I'm able to influence my family and to help share and point them in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not always a teacher, but I know where to turn to get answers or lessons or to get a framework to help my family.
Are you grateful to Hashem that He helped you in this way?
I'm grateful to Hashem that He helped me through bringing me learning of Torah and Torah.
Okay. Okay, that's good. She's very photogenic too.
Okay.
Now say, yes, I'm in first grade.
Yes, I am. First grade.
Okay, great. Okay.
We're rolling.
You're rolling? Okay. You're in first grade?
Yes, I am in first grade.
Yeah. What's your name?
Jacob
Jacob. What's your last name?
Brooks.
I know you. You've been to my house, right? Are you the same Jacob Brooks?
Yeah.
You are. How old are you? Only look at me.
6.
You're 6 years old?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 6 years old.
I'm 6 years old.
Are you really? I thought you were at least 9.
Mhm.
No? Okay. So tell me, did you just move to a new school?
Yes, I did move to a new school.
Okay. Where do you go to school now?
West Valley Hebrew Academy.
Tell me, I go to West Valley Hebrew Academy.
I go to West Valley Hebrew
Do
Academy.
you like it?
Yes, I do like it.
Yeah? Why? What do you like about it?
My new teacher,
What do you like about your new teacher? Tell me about her.
he's very... No, it's a boy.
It's a boy, okay.
I like my Hebrew teacher.
How come?
Because he does fun things and he's nice.
What kind of fun things does he do?
He does art projects. He reads stories.
Mm-hmm.
And he also he gives us fun homework.
Did you learn about Rosh Hashanah?
Yeah.
What did you learn about Rosh Hashanah?
That you dip apples in honey, you eat a round challah, you blow the shofar.
Yeah. What else did you learn about Rosh Hashanah?
I learned.
Can you move your foot?
I don't remember what else I learned.
Okay. What about Yom Kippur? What is Yom Kippur about? Tell me in a full sentence. What's Yom Kippur about?
I don't remember.
Yom Kippur, is it the day you light candles like Hanukkah? No.
No.
Is it time that you give shalach manos?
No.
No. Is it a time that Hashem, we say I'm sorry to Hashem?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that called, saying I'm sorry to Hashem? You know the word
Asking Hashem forgiveness.
Asking for forgiveness, that's called doing... No, you're not whispering, are you? Because he keeps looking at you, and every time he looks at you, he shouldn't get any signals from you at all. Okay, he's going to get the right answer. I'm going to make sure he does. Okay, only look at me, okay? Try not to look at anyone else, okay? Tell me what tshuva is.
Tshuva? I don't know.
Look at me, okay? Tell me, do you learn Chumash?
No.
You don't learn Chumash yet? What grade are you in? First grade?
Yeah.
You're in first grade. Do you learn Parsha? Like the stories of the...
Yes, I do.
You learn Parsha. So what Parsha was this week?
Parsha Bereshit.
Parsha's Bereshit. What happened in Parsha's Bereshit?
God created the world.
Right. What did you learn about that?
He made the light first, then he made the sky and the air, then he made the dry land and plants, and then he made the sun, moon, and stars, and then let's remember, think.
Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough. Was it hard to move to a new school?
It was scary.
It was scary. Okay, wait, I want you to tell me that again. I don't want you, maybe I can ask both.
Because
Start from the beginning.
Because it's good to learn Torah, and if you learn Torah, you can do lots of mitzvahs.
Okay, so you just moved to a new school, right? So tell me in a full sentence, it was scary to go into a new school because...
It was scary to go into a new school because...
Look at me.
Because,
Okay, start again, looking at me.
It was scary to go into a new school because I didn't know some of the kids I didn't know.
Oh, that's hard. That's very hard. So do you miss your old friends?
Yeah.
So tell me that in a full sentence. I miss my old friends.
I miss my old friends. And in my new school, there's 2 kids I know, Isaac and Gabriel. Bell.
So are you glad that you're in a new school?
No.
You're not glad?
Because I had more friends in my old school.
Okay, so what's good about being in a new school?
I learned more Torah.
Okay, so tell me in a full sentence, it's good being in a new school because...
It's good being in a new school because I learned more Torah.
Why is it good to learn more Torah?
Because then you can do lots and lots of mitzvahs.
Okay, what mitzvahs do you do?
You can help people.
The only thing is, I want you to talk like a big boy, not like a little boy. Okay? Talk like you're real big. Like you're very mature. You put your hands down. Okay. You ready? Tell me, what mitzvahs do you do?
You can help people. You can give poor people things. And you can do lots of other ones.
Do you say brachas on food?
Yeah.
Yeah?
And that's also a mitzvah.
Okay, what brachas do you say? Let's see what brachas you know.
You say Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddush netilat yadayim.
Right. Do you say bracha on candy?
Mm,
You eat a candy?
yeah.
You do?
But I don't know that one.
You don't know it yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good thing to say a bracha on candy? Why would it be? What could you think of? What's a good reason to say a bracha on a candy?
There's no good reason.
There's no good reason?
Because it has too much sugar and it can make you hyper.
Oh, okay. What about not candy, but what things do you like to eat?
I like pizza.
So do you say bracha on pizza?
Yeah.
Okay. What bracha do you say? Do you know?
Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. It's over bread.
Okay.
I don't remember it
Tell
though.
me, why is it a good thing? So tell me in a full sentence. I say brachas on food, on pizza, and why is that good? Why is it a good thing to say bracha on pizza? Can you figure out why?
Because
Don't do that. We hear it. Sorry.
Because the bread?
Yeah. Because why? Who are you saying thank you to when you say bracha?
Hashem.
Okay. So maybe you can say that. That's a good answer. You can say, tell me what your favorite food is. My favorite food is. Let's hear you say that.
Pizza.
recipes. Now say, my favorite food is pizza.
My favorite food is pizza.
Okay. And what is good about, do you tell me, I say a bracha on pizza.
I say a bracha on pizza.
And why is that a good thing?
Because you're thanking Hashem for the food.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's very good. Okay, let me ask you something. What's your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject is the alphabet.
How come?
Because it's really fun.
Why?
Because you get to say all the letters, and the first letter in the alphabet is the first letter of my Hebrew name.
Oh, what's your Hebrew name?
Asher Pinchas.
Okay. Say, my name is Asher Pinchas.
My name is Asher Pinchas.
Okay. Does your family keep Shabbos?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, maybe here we're going to zoom in a little. Say, did your family always keep Shabbos?
Yes.
They always kept Shabbos?
Yeah.
Didn't you used to drive on Shabbos?
No.
You don't remember?
I don't remember. Anyway, I wasn't born when they were driving on Shabbos. I don't know if they were driving on Shabbos.
Okay, what about opening lights? You used to open lights on Shabbos, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and now you don't open lights on Shabbos anymore.
No.
So that's called being Shomer Shabbos. So now you're Shomer Shabbos. So you could say, we didn't used to keep Shabbos, and now we do. Okay?
Okay.
And then tell me why you like that, or if you like that, okay? Now if you could say for the camera looking at me, we used to not keep Shabbos, and now we do.
We used to not keep Shabbos, and now we do.
Do you like that? Do you like keeping Shabbos?
Yeah.
Why do you like keeping Shabbos?
Because it's fun.
So tell me, I like keeping Shabbos because?
I like keeping Shabbos because it's fun.
Okay, what's fun about it?
Because you get to eat a special kind of dinner. You also get to eat the bread, and I get a special kind of salad just for me on Shabbos.
Just for Shabbos? Your mother makes special for you on Shabbos?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you like spending time with your family on Shabbos?
Yeah.
Yeah?
When I was a baby, when they lit the candles, I always tried to blow out the candles.
Okay, wait a second, let's think. Do you ever remember not eating kosher?
Yes.
You remember not eating kosher. Do you miss non-kosher candy?
No.
You're okay with it. What would you tell a child whose parents said, now we're going to keep kosher, and it's hard for me, I don't want to do it. How would you convince me that I should? It's okay. I'm going to miss that non-kosher food. How would you convince me that I should keep kosher and it's okay?
What do you mean by convince?
How would you tell me that it's okay? My parents want us to keep kosher. How would you tell me to make it okay?
That it's good to keep kosher. Because some non-kosher things are not good for you. Hashem. Hashem said to keep kosher. Yeah. Only non-kosher candy I miss is Pez. The only non-kosher candy I miss is Pez. Because it's good to do what Hashem says to. Yeah. I'm going to put my children in Jewish day school. Because it's good to learn Torah. Yes. I'm glad that my family keeps Shabbos because I have lots of fun. Yes.
Tell me in a sentence,
I'm proud to be Jewish.
Why?
Because it's good to be Jewish because you celebrate more holidays and there's more fun holidays.
Are you happy to be Jewish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Yeah. Are you happy that your parents are learning more and more Torah?
Yes.
Tell me that in a sentence. My parents are learning more and more Torah.
My
parents are learning more and more Torah.
Do you walk to shul?
Yeah,
So tell me, I walk to shul on Shabbos.
I walk to shul on
Is
Shabbos.
it a long walk?
Yes, it's a very, very, very long walk.
So why is it fun? Why do you do it?
Because it's good to pray to Hashem. You're thanking Him for everything.
Okay, so you don't mind the walk?
No,
You don't mind. So say, I don't mind the walk.
I don't mind the walk.
Okay, I'm trying to ask something else.
When he said I walked to shul, Travis is going to for maybe.
Let's think what else we can do. Did I ask you that?
You already asked me that.
Okay. Are you glad your parents switched schools? Oh, tell me why. Why did your parents switch your school?
Because
Tell me, my parents switched schools because.
my parents switched schools because the other school was too much money.
Okay.
They couldn't afford it.
Oh, okay. Do you think they also put you in this new school because it's an Orthodox school?
No.
Okay.
Is this ever going to be over?
It's over. Where are you?
You were in.
Okay.
It's irrelevant.
Okay. So tell me, did your parents just change you into a new school?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me in a full sentence, my parents put me in a new school, and tell me the name of the school, okay?
Okay. My parents put me in a new school at West Valley Hebrew Academy.
Okay, tell me, say it again louder.
My parents put me in a new school at West Valley Hebrew Academy.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Why do you like it? What do you like about it?
Well, because they sort of do like lots of fun stuff. Like we go on lots of field trips that are really fun. And tomorrow we're going to the zoo.
That's nice.
For a field trip.
Why did your parents switch you? Do you know?
No.
Not sure why. Okay. Was it hard to move to a new school?
No, because I already knew all the girls in my class.
Was it scary?
Sort of.
So tell me in a full sentence. It was scary to move to a new school.
It was sort of scary to move to a new school.
Why?
Because they do lots of different things and it's really different. Like they don't have like plays and they don't have a library and it's a lot different. Because when we at the other school, we would always go to the library every Friday and we don't do that anymore, so it's different. It just feels different. And we have science different days now and it sort of feels different.
But are you glad you're there?
Yeah.
Why are you glad you're there?
Because they have a lot of fun.
You have a lot of fun. Are you learning more Torah in this school?
Yeah.
So tell me that in a full sentence. Don't move, okay? Tell me in a full sentence. I'm learning more Torah at this school.
I'm learning more Torah in this school.
Like what? What do you learn?
We learn Chumash, and we didn't learn that at the other school.
Can you hear her real well?
Yeah.
All the sentences?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So tell me, I'm learning Chumash at this school and I didn't learn it at the other school, and then tell me what you're learning, okay?
I'm learning Chumash in this school and I didn't learn it at the other school.
What Chumash are you learning?
I'm learning in Bereshit.
Which part? Where are you up to?
When Yaakov left to Haran.
When Yaakov left to?
Haran.
Yaakov or Abraham?
Yaakov.
Yaakov? What happened there? I don't remember. It's been a long time.
We didn't get to that part yet, but we got to the part where he poured like oil on the rock, and he put it for a monument, and he called the place like Beit El.
Are you glad you're learning these things?
Yeah, because it's fun.
It's fun to learn. What else do you learn besides Chumash?
We haven't done much because of the holidays, so we've been learning more about the holidays.
Okay, what did you learn about the holidays?
We've been learning on Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and Sukkot so far.
Tell me one thing you learned about Rosh Hashanah.
I don't know.
Sukkot. What did you learn about Sukkot or Yom Kippur? We had to give a little Dvar Torah.
I didn't learn anything different.
I'm trying to think. Did you learn the reason for Sukkot? Why do we build Sukkot?
Because we built Sukkot because when the Jews were in the desert, they needed they needed shelter, so they would build Sukkot at night when they were in the desert.
And what else do the sukkahs represent? Do you know? They're also a symbol of what? Did you learn?
When the farmers stayed in the fields because they didn't.
Ananei hakavod. Did you learn that? The clouds
No.
of glory?
No.
Did your father build a sukkah this year?
Yes.
So tell me, my father built a sukkah this year.
My father built a sukkah this year.
Was that a good thing, or were you glad he did?
Yeah, because we had fun in the sukkah.
You had fun in the sukkah? So you like sukkahs?
Yeah.
Yeah? Your family used to not be Shomer Shabbos, and now they are, right? You know what Shomer Shabbos means? They used to drive on Shabbos, now they don't drive on Shabbos anymore, right?
Yeah.
Right? So tell me tell me that in a sentence, and tell me if that's a good thing or not.
We used to drive on Shabbos and now we don't. It's a good thing.
Why?
Because now we're more religious and we do more we're just more religious.
Why is that good?
And
Why? If you were speaking to a friend and you were telling her about Shabbos, what would you tell her? Is it good or is it not good? What's good about it? What's fun about Shabbos?